Okay, so let's see about the psychopaths and sociopaths. Psychopaths and sociopaths. Psychopaths and sociopaths. Sociopath is someone who apparently has no conscience. Yeah, is someone apparently without conscience. Sociopathy is unofficially used for antisocial personality disorder, while unofficially, not officially, sociopathy is unofficially used for antisocial personality disorder, while psychopathy is not an official diagnosis and is not considered a personality disorder. Then psychopaths are classified as people with little or no conscience but are able to follow social conventions when it suits their needs. Sociopaths have a limited, though very weak, ability to feel empathy and remorse. They are also more likely to fly off the handle and react violently when confronted by the consequences of their actions. Yeah, those are sociopaths. Okay, sociopaths, number one, sociopaths make it clear they do not care how others feel. Sociopaths behave in hot-headed and impulsive ways. Then sociopaths are also prone to fits of anger and rage. Then sociopaths also recognize what they are doing but rationalize their behavior. They cannot maintain a regular work or a family life. Then they can form emotional attachments, but it's difficult. Yeah, not easy. Then when we go to the psychopaths, they pretend to care. Then they kind of display a cold-hearted behavior. Then they fail to recognize the other people's distress. Yeah, there are people who are kind of cold-hearted and fail to recognize the distress of other people. Then they have relationships that are shallow and fake. Yep. Then these are now psychopaths. They maintain a normal life as a cover for their criminal activity. They maintain they maintain a normal life as a cover for their criminal activities. Then they fail to form genuine emotional attachments. And psychopaths also may love people in their own way. Yeah, but it's important also to note that psychopaths do at times suffer from emotional pain and loneliness. Most psychopaths have led heartfelt lives and have an inability to trust people. But like every human being, they too want to be loved and accepted, even though their own behavior makes this extremely difficult, if not impossible. Yeah, and most of them are aware of this. Some of them feel saddened by it, or some of them feel saddened by their actions, or the actions they are unable to control, because they know it isolates them from others even more. Yeah. So while it's common to think of sociopaths and psychopaths as inherently dangerous, it's not a true reflection of the disorder and violence. While this violence, while certainly possible, is not an inherent characteristic of both of them. Then people with antisocial personality disorder will often go extreme lengths to manipulate others, whether it be through charm or through disarming or through frightening them in order to get what they want from them. Yeah. Then when psychopaths do become violent, they are just likely to hurt themselves as others too. Yeah, their violence is not necessarily directed towards others. When they become violent, they are likely to even hurt themselves. The more a psychopath feels socially isolated or sad and alone, the higher the risk of violence and impulsive, reckless behavior. Yeah, the more a psychopath feels socially isolated, sad and alone, the higher his or her risk of violence and impulsive, reckless behavior. Then sociopaths have a conscience, though a weak one, and will always justify something they know to be wrong. Psychopaths will believe that their actions are justified and feel no remorse for any harm done. Yeah, that is, we'll talk more about psychopaths and sociopaths. You know, I've told you these are not directly diagnosed as APDs, as antisocial personality disorders, but they are some mild disorders. They are not considered personality disorders, real personality disorders, but they are mild, some kind of mild personality disorders. So in my next video, we are going to talk more about these sociopaths and psychopaths. Otherwise, for now, just enjoy that. Let's give one from West Africa. Yeah, the West Africans say that a canoe doesn't know who the leader is. When it turns over, everyone gets wet. Yeah, a canoe does not know who the leader is. When it turns over, everyone gets wet. Have a good day, and thank you guys.